What's up, guys? Welcome back to Viewer Castles. Today we're going to start off with SirSquiddledorf. Castle level is a 16, so I'll jump into it on my knight. Alright, so let's see. This is probably on AoE if I had to think about that. The only thing about bad dogs is if, as a knight, if you use Lashing Flames against them, then it'll actually kill the dog where the knight is standing, because the game recognizes that the Lashing Flames has already went all the way through, and then the dog dies, so you don't get the enrage because of that. Not too big of a deal, but I mean, I don't really like smelly warriors in general, so... and it's not that I don't like smelly warriors, I just don't like a lot of them in one group, because I think they kind of overlap each other, I guess. If you dodge them, or if you deal with them well, then you deal with the entire group well, I guess. It's the easiest way to put it. This group is fine. I don't know about the actual placement of it here. I think that if, you know, I'm an archer and I volley this, it's a little bit easy for me. This room in general is just kind of too open. If I had a room this open, I would probably only use it if I was using archers or something like that I want to make use of their range. Maybe Stairmasters on teleport or something. But I think it's a little bit too open. You want chokes like this to really put your group kind of out of the way. You know, you only want the snotters out in front so that they can help aggro the group, and then the rest of their group deals the damage. Like even here, you could have your Cyclops maybe a little bit more out of the way, so you can't, you know, headshot it or Lashing Flames it or anything like that to initiate the fight. Alright, so here I'm going to end up, you know, using the bad dog to enrage this Pete Poundmore, which is good. This is a fine group. I think it was in a good position as well, although I would say that maybe if I was an archer I'd be able to initiate with a headshot on the Pete Poundmore, which isn't ideal. If you can block off all those angles, I'm not sure if you did have them blocked off, but if you didn't and you can like work on that, that'd be one thing that you can take a look at. Stairmasters are good. This is a decent room for them, not the best because it's a little bit tight. They don't have a ton of room to teleport around. You know, when they teleport, they can sometimes get stuck on these walls, and teleporting from like here to here isn't really that big of a deal. But the minions themselves are still good. Minions, rather. I'd actually like this Scorpio on Pinstrike a little bit better, but it's not terrible. But I do think he's a little bit too close to this corner. Because if you notice, I turned the corner, he was about ready to hook me, and then he stopped because I got too close. And if you get, you know, to a certain point, they will stop hooking. Alright. So here the Zeke, a little bit too close to the Smelly Warriors. You don't want to make it so that I can Lashing Flames him. You want to have it so that the two Smelly Warriors are out in front, and that this guy's way far in back, so that I can't reach him, basically. So I have to aggro that, and then he starts lining up a shot earlier, and might actually get it off. Alright, then for the boss room we have more Cyclopses, Derp, Smelly Archer. Lots of Smelly Archers. I always like these groups with a lot of Smelly Archers. Unfortunately, you know, the Puppeteer is a little bit buggy right now. I'm gonna actually use a potion because this is like a deadly group. If you get hit by all of these a couple times, you can definitely die, especially at your level. I mean, these are only level 14, and I'm level 19, and you saw that they actually forced me to use a potion, so it's a scary group, for sure. And it's not that the Bone Puppeteer is buggy. I've explained it a couple times. He always goes after the thing that's closest to the hero, so you can't always, like, you can't direct him onto the archers, which was what you were probably going for. But yeah, we'll jump into number 2 in just a second. Next up we have SpudSir 150, castle level 17. Alright, so these are on heal. I'm not sure if they actually can sustain it. I mean, there is 3 Puppeteers, so I probably should be going after the Puppeteers rather than the Squidlies. But I don't know that there's enough damage or enough, you know, good units here to account for the fact that you have 9 points of your group is all healing. I think that's like a little bit too much. I mean, maybe, it's not, I don't know. It's okay, but it's not the greatest. Because you can see there, I didn't really take much damage. And it's mainly because you have, 9 points. Also because I'm overleveled, so I'm not sure which one. I guess if it works well for you, you can keep it in there. But I'd be a little bit concerned that there's a little bit too many points in supporting that group. Alright. Cyclopses are fine, although I might put one of them like around here, around the corner, maybe one back a little bit farther, just to make it so that if someone volleys, if an archer volleys them, they won't all take the full damage. Jimbo and Cyclops. Just gonna go after the Jimbo first. I think if I was you, I would put the Jimbo farther back inside of the room to protect him a little bit. Because he's kind of your main damage dealer, although Jimbo at lower levels doesn't deal nearly as much damage as once he gets up to level 26. Alright. That one is fine, although I'm not sure about the Hunger Bot. I mean, I guess it's okay, but archers probably will have a role anyway. Or bear traps, anything to really lock up Pete Poundmores. And knights have to get close to them anyway, so me moving slow doesn't really do much. I would much prefer like a puppeteer or a bad dog with my Pete Poundmores. Probably a puppeteer on healing if you're using this specialization though. And rage is a lot better on the 3-punch combo. Alright. Looks like this Jimbo was just by himself, which I never really like just throwing in elites by themselves. I think you should always have some sort of a support for them. Like, even a Defendatron just on him would help a lot. Also, Puppeteer, or I mean not Puppeteer, Dr. Skulls should never be out by themselves alone. Like, out in front by themselves alone. He was way too exposed in this group. They die pretty quickly, so you want to have them in the back farther. And also usually with a lot of like trash mobs out in front. Now, the problem with this is, when you have the boss room situated like this, one of these two groups is skippable. And it's kind of my choice. I can engage this one and go up this side, I can engage this one and go up this side. So that's never ideal when you have groups that are skippable like that. Alright, and then you have Dur, which is fine for your level. Alright. It's not too bad. That's number 2, I believe, so we'll jump into number 3 in just a second. Alright, and lastly we have Oreofork, castle levels of 20. I'll try it again on my knight. See if I can get through a level 20 castle this time. So this kind of seems like it's going to be a Dr. Skull pull, if I had to guess, so I'm going to pull them back a little bit. And just kill them back here. And then get out in front. And it looks like it was just a fake, though. Alright, so there's the Dr. Skulls. Obviously I don't want to have a ton of these walking around, so I'm just going to start to go after these. It looks like I might have double pulled Dr. Skulls, is that the case? It looks like that is the case, which is pretty bad for me. The only thing I could say improving wise is like, I don't think anybody's going to backtrack far enough to make all of those snotters worthwhile. this isn't like too terribly bad to deal with. Oh, that might hurt. That could have killed me if I didn't notice that in time. I actually don't have my full 4 potions available to me. I only had 2 left, so that's going to make this castle almost impossible to do without dying. I'll try to keep remembering to use healing, whatever that's called, healing, I don't know, the healing ability, whatever that is. But yeah, it's going to be pretty difficult for me to get through this. Castle looks like it goes this way. Alright. So I would say that the only thing here is that your, hold on, let me kill this before I just, like, die to what I'm about to say. But yeah, I think your Snotter is a little bit too close to the edge, because you can aggro him without getting on top of the trap. So that means I don't have to take the extra trap damage if I want to pull back around this corner. Or maybe you thought that the Zeke would shoot over these walls or something, but he doesn't, unfortunately. This one's much better, because I have to take multiple trap damage. Although this corner is a little bit easier to predict. I didn't do a good job of it, but if I was trying to take no trap damage there, I probably could have. Although making someone to walk over traps 3 times is still a good thing. Alright. Another Dr. Skull. I managed to kill him without raising too many skeletons, so that's not too bad. Pinstrike Scorpio with an archer. I think this is good. I'll take a little bit more look at like where your traps are, because it seems like there's a pretty big like empty spot where there should be a trap here, I would say. Or your aggro zone should be pulled back. That's the 2 things that I'm going to say about this group. Is either you should make it so that I have to walk into that trap and then get, you know, possibly hit with a Scorpio and be forced to take extra trap damage, or you should put like a rotating fire trap somewhere up in here. Because they're either going to be fighting in here, where how you have the group currently, or they're going to be going inside of the room if you can move the aggro a little bit farther back. Alright, Jimbo looks like he's kind of by himself, so that shouldn't be too terribly bad. I should actually heal up off of him a little bit, because this is kind of an easier fight for me. Alright, so I got like 500 health off of that. I gotta remember to open on these Snotters with a Healing Strike. I think that's how Knights should be played when they take this ability. If they have the, whatever you call it, mana to do so. Alright. And then the boss room. I might actually make it through this. Chicken is difficult. Although with him being on like a Defendatron like this, that'll never stick. Because the chicken leaps and stuff like that, he'll never be able to stay on top of a Defendatron shield. Now, the fact that he actually went after the Puppeteer next is actually kind of annoying for me. I'm not sure what I can do. I really don't want to have to kill that Defendatron right now if I can help it, but I don't know if there's any way that I can help it. Maybe if I pull the Speed Pound more far enough, I can kill it before he gets heals, but it's probably not going to happen. I may end up just dying on this boss room because it's going to be too difficult for me. If I can just kill this Pete Poundmore, I'll be fine. Oh my god. I'm not gonna get it, I don't think. Maybe. I got it. But I don't have any, potions left. I think I'm okay, though. There's no more damage here. I'll be fine. That was a tough one. That last, boss room. But yeah, I think that you got a little lucky because your Defendatron ended up linking onto the Puppeteer rather than a skeleton, which could have easily happened. If I waited a little bit longer and he would have resurrected them beforehand, like I think he didn't make line of sight to me. I probably should have opened the door before I started talking about this. But yeah, if he didn't make line of sight to me, if he did make line of sight, he would have summoned the skeletons, and then I think the Defendatron would have linked to the skeletons instead, which would have been really bad for you, because the Defendatron would have been completely useless there. But basically, you don't want the Defendatron on the chicken, because he's going to leap away from it, or he's just going to run away from it, because he has a faster movement speed. You probably want him to be on the Puppeteer anyway, because of what you just saw there. It's very difficult for a knight that has kind of low DPS like me to actually get through that Pete Poundmore, and you don't really want to waste the time killing off the Defendatron while that Pete Poundmore is just like hitting you over and over again. So that's my 2 cents about that. We're on number 3, so we're going to end the video here. As always, if you guys enjoyed what I do, please subscribe. If you want to be a part of ViewerCast, you can email me at frenzycastleruns@hotmail.com. There's a spreadsheet with a link in the description to kind of the list of viewer castles that I have to run. I update it like once or twice a week, so if you don't see your name updated right away, don't freak out or anything. Other than that, beta key giveaways pretty much every Friday. Open beta is right around the corner, so if you have any friends that want to get into the game before open beta, just let me know, and I can, not just let me know, but have them comment on the video, and I'll enter them into the giveaway. That's pretty much it, so thank you guys for watching, hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.